And I'll never let him fall. He don't need to fly. That's alright, neither do I. Perfectly beautiful, beautifully perfect, and I wouldn't change a thing about my baby's broken wing.
What is the symbolism of the name WhiteFeather? The name of your album?
It's a long story. Basically, but we're here, so I'll tell you. Basically, whenever my wife and I had a little boy 3.5 years ago, Davok, but whenever just shortly after Louise got pregnant, she was rushed into hospital and we thought we'd lost the baby, and but it was too early in the process to find a heartbeat. So we were sent away for 2 weeks, told to come back in 2 weeks. By that stage, hopefully the baby will be, if the baby's still there, the baby will be developed enough to find a heartbeat. And obviously, longest 2 weeks of our lives, you know. And we were living down in Newcastle at the time. Just our garden kind of backed onto the mountains, so I would go up running in the mountains to clear my head. And I was running and I was kind of having a conversation with, I don't know, God or somebody, or just if anybody was listening, I was talking to them. And I was just saying, I need a sign here. You've just put us through hell. I need a sign that it's going to be all right. And literally at that point, I was stopped. You can hear a lot of it in the song actually, but I was stopped dead in my tracks because I caught out of the corner of my eye about 20 yards up into the mountain, through the forest, through the trees, this little splash of white. And I've kind of been brought up to believe that WhiteFeather, being a superstitious Irishman that I am, with lots of old wives' tales and different stories passed down, I was always brought up to believe that a white feather was a sign of life. And I was like, there's no way, that's a piece of paper or something. And I went up and it was this little white feather, you know. I mean, it was all just too crazy to be coincidence. And brought it back down to the house, and I remember walking into the kitchen saying to my wife, I think we're going to come through here, you know. And the very next day I went out to the city, it was the city hospital in Belfast, and up in the scan, I was literally like that song says, no bigger than a small seed. It was like the tiniest seed you've ever seen, but with this heartbeat just pumping away. And it was just crazy, you know. Obviously massive moment in our lives, and at that, there's a lot of stories like that, and that was kind of only the start of quite a tumultuous journey that we had. And there's a lot of those stories part of the fabric of the record. So since that was the beginning of it all, I thought it would be a perfect title for one of the songs, and also for the record.
Absolutely. Do you still have the feather?
You know, I hope so. I had it pinned up on the blackboard in the kitchen for like our entire time in that house, and then we moved house. I'm sure we have it kept up in a little box somewhere. I think Louise took it with her, yeah.
And all your love been washed straight from your soul. Brand new lights waiting outside your door. So make things better. You can make things better. White feather, white feather, white feather.
So I hear a lot of different, you've obviously got the chance to explore a lot more of a musical range this time too. There's a lot of gospel, it melds a lot of country, soul. Is that something you've been getting into? Were there any instrumental figures?
It's kind of something, it's something I've always been into, you know. It's a weird one, like I never, I wrote the album, a lot of the record in Nashville and recorded it in Nashville, but I never intended to make a country record, you know. I wanted to make a record where it sounded like it was recorded in Nashville, because like there's a lot more strings to Nashville's bow than just straight up country and what I suppose the kind of picture postcard version of Nashville that we have over here. But you know, I mean, I was chatting to you this afternoon about Neil Young. You know, there's certain kind of, I suppose, godfathers of Americana, if you like Neil Young and the band, and some of Dylan stuff, and bands like even Crosby, Stills and Nash, and all these great players and songwriters that I've always been passionate about, but again, never really had the opportunity to explore that world because of the types of songs that I've been writing for 15 years with the boys, you know. So again, it was a great opportunity to experiment in a world that I was familiar with but hadn't really ever dipped my toe in it properly, other than just listening and enjoying. So yeah.
We rest tonight. These old disguises, they just don't feel right. On these wrinkled cotton sheets, I hold you close to me, and it's pure, sweet, gentle love. Oh, baby, it's pure, sweet, gentle